What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I kind of want to get your opinion, guys and gals, as to what you believe that the New York Giants record needs to be in 2020, if we play football, that is. What our record needs to be in order for Dave Gettleman to save his job. Now, Dave Gettleman has had mixed reviews as our GM. Some guys really like the moves he makes. Some guys hate the moves he makes. Some things, no matter what Dave Gettleman does, people are going to crap on him. They're going to say, no, Dave Gettleman's terrible. Dave Gettleman's, this and that. They're not going to give him any credit for anything he does. And, that's just the way it is. Some people really can't stand him. I think he's done some good things. I think he's done some head-scratching things. Now, when he came in here and took Saquon Barkley second overall, a lot of people questioned that. They said, what are you taking a running back with the second overall pick for? A running back isn't going to win you a championship. Now, when Barkley had his rookie season back in 2018, the guy looked like God. I mean, he looked like a faster Barry Sanders. He looked absolutely ridiculous, unstoppable. Everything else, most exciting player the Giants have had pretty much since, Odell Beckham. Is definitely the most exciting running back that they've ever had, and one of the most exciting running backs I'd ever seen. Now, of course, he had an injury-plagued 2019, and part of that is the bad offensive line. So you start questioning, should they have taken Barkley, or should they built the offensive line? He had a pretty good draft outside of that. Later on in the rounds, he took Lorenzo Carter, had a nice rookie year. He took B.J. Hill, had a nice rookie season. Of course, they took Kylo Aletta. That was kind of a wasted pick. He brought in Jonathan Stewart. That kind of misfired there. He brought in Nate Solder, who was the best available left tackle on the market. He's been nothing short of a train wreck for us. So he has done some moves that, were questionable when he first came in here. He traded for Alec Ogletree. That was also a disaster. That did not work out for us very well either. He decided on Pat Shurmur as head coach, and it wasn't his first choice, but was the coach that he decided on. He was also terrible and a train wreck. We saw that for 2 years. 2019, he came out and he drafted Daniel Jones. Obviously, everybody has seen my reaction to that Daniel Jones pick. It went viral. I was not happy when we took Daniel Jones. But if you take a look at it, Daniel Jones actually did really well in his rookie season. There's no doubt about that. We needed a quarterback. That was the one they decided on. Dwayne Haskins looks awful, so thank God we didn't go that route because he really does look bad. And there's talk of the Washington Redskins taking Tua now. Not that that probably will happen, but there is talk about Tua going to Washington. They've already pretty much given up on Haskins. The owner wanted Haskins. The coach didn't. So that hasn't worked out for Washington, but definitely a surprise pick by the New York Giants taking him 6th overall. Had everybody scratching their head as to what he did that for. But again, Daniel Jones had a nice rookie season. I think Daniel Jones has a pretty good ceiling and that he could be a really good quarterback for us in the future if we get the right pieces around him. He signed Golden Tate to a 4-year deal after he traded Odell Beckham. A lot of people were mad about that. People said we lost the Odell Beckham trade. I don't think we did. I mean, you look at what the Cardinals had to give up for DeAndre Hopkins, and even though Antonio Brown is a head case, you look at what the Raiders gave up to the Steelers, which if Antonio Brown got his crap together, it would have been nothing pretty much. So for that, the Giants did get a lot in return for Odell Beckham. If you look at the other superstar receivers that got traded. So Gettleman has done some interesting things. The biggest head scratcher that he did last year, obviously, was the trade for Leonard Williams. Obviously, they really liked Leonard Williams and didn't want to get into a bidding war, so they wanted the rights to him. That's the only reason I can assume that they traded for him when we were about 2-6. Didn't really make sense to bring him in here at that point, but that's something he did, and we ended up tagging him and costing us $17 million, which a lot of people are really ticked off about that too. So, again, Gettleman has done some good things. I think he's drafted pretty well. His free agent signings have been a lot, left a lot to be desired. There's no doubt. The guys he brought in here, he certainly tried to address the needs we had, but they failed. Part of that could be just the players are over the hill, or it could be coaching. I think a lot of it had to do with coaching, to be honest with you. I hate the coaching. And then, of course, this year, a lot of Giants fans were really ticked off of what he did or did not do in free agency, which I'm going to have a video about the free agency recap a little later on today. So, stay tuned for that as well. But, a lot of people were upset about, bringing in Blake Martinez. A lot of people didn't like that signing. A lot of people didn't like Not that I wouldn't say a lot of people didn't like Bradbury, but, a lot of people were wondering why the Giants did not go after a big-name free agent, why Clowney's still sitting out there, why we didn't go after Dante Fowler, why we didn't bring in a big-name free agent to try to help this team with all the cap space we had. So, there's a lot of question marks as to what Gettleman does. And like I said, some guys, I'm a guy that defends Gettleman when I feel he deserves to be defended, and I'm a guy that criticizes him when I feel he deserves to be criticized. But that's what I do. I'm not a rah-rah guy for the Giants. I love the Giants, but every move they make, I'm not going to be satisfied with it if I don't think it's a good move. And if they play poorly, I'm going to tear them a new one. That's just how I am, man. I am not a guy that comes on here and sugarcoats everything. That's not me. That's not my personality. I'll let you know what I think, whether people like it or don't like it. I don't care, because I'm just going to be me. I'm not here to appease people. I'm not here to try to ease everybody's feelings. I'm not here to massage egos. That's not what I do. Some other video makers are like that. I'm not that guy. But when it comes to Dave Gettleman, he's had a lot of ups and downs, and there's no doubt that he is on the hot seat. The New York Giants have won a total of 10 games since he's been here, okay? They're 10-22. That's not really an impressive record at all, finishing 4-12 last year. And, really, there wasn't much to take away from the season outside of Daniel Jones having a pretty good year. Darius Slayton was definitely a good late draft pick for Gettleman. And again, I said Gettleman drafted well, but his free agency signings, a lot left to be desired. Trades questionable. But at the end of the day, he's our GM, and he's on the hot seat because the Giants need to turn this around. What do you guys think our record needs to be for him to keep his job? How big of an improvement do we have to have? We're not going 12-4. Okay, that's not going to happen. Does 8-8 get him to keep his job? Does 7-9 get him to keep his job? What is good enough? I feel like if the Giants go 7-9 and play competitively, he keeps his job. I think that's as low as he can go. I think if we are 6-10 or worse, I think Dave Gettleman is gone, and we bring in a new GM, and we have to start this whole process all over again. I don't really like to be that team that changes head coaches at a rapid pace. I mean, Joe Judge is our third head coach in the last 5 years. That's really not how you build a winner. And you don't want to get rid of a GM after 3 years, because then you have to start all over, and you're going to bring in a new GM. And the new GM is going to want his guys for his system, and he's going to want his players, guys that he likes. It's going to be a different GMs all have different ways of building a team. So we'll have to start all over again. So I know as Giants fans, as much as we don't like Gettleman, or some guys don't like Gettleman, I should say, certainly don't want him to be fired because we want the Giants to get better. We want to build this thing with this guy. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think the best or the worst record we can have to allow Dave Gettleman to keep his job? Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you for watching. If you wouldn't mind, please hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you later for the free agency recap. It's Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I am gone. Peace!